All right, then we get the polar opposite of these students. The advanced one and the one who rushes you, the Hermione Grangers of the classroom, which we love, but they cause their own set of difficulties that you have to navigate in your classroom. So these guys are great for boosting your student talk time. Get them to read all the text that's going on in the classroom. Have them read the instructions, have them read the questions, have them read the text that they're supposed to be reading, have them read all the keywords, anything that's there, get them to read it. It's going to slow down the class a little bit more, and it'll also help them engage with the text a little more and the learning process. So they're going to understand what's going on even better than if you were reading it to them. So these guys are easy that way. But you do have to make the tasks more challenging, because very likely you're going to find that you complete your task and then you would move on, and that's not really good for your time, because then you're going to run out of material and you're still going to have a bunch of time left at the end of it. So make the tasks more challenging by asking lots of extension questions. For example, in the Reach lesson, there is a slide where you see a rock and some cheese and some paper and a candle, and the question is, which of these things melts? And most of the time the students will say the candle and the cheese. But for these guys, maybe you can ask them, what about the rock? Can you melt the rock? And if they do or don't know, you can say, well, yes, it can be melted. And then you have to ask them, well, how can it be melted? When would it be melted? Do you know the name of the thing that melts rocks, that often has lava or whatnot? And you can talk about volcanoes for a little bit. Just make sure that you're not going too overboard with the extension questions, because these students still are going to, they will probably run away with you, with the time from you, just because they're going to love to talk about extra stuff. But you're going to need to maybe gauge how much time you're spending on a given slide, and if you're going too quickly, ask maybe 1 to 2 extension questions and then move on and see how you're doing, and save some extension questions for the end of the class. If you find that you're being rushed, like I have a student named Ding Ding, and he loves to say, okay, I'm going to read everything on the slide, I'm going to read everything on the slide, okay, I'm done, teacher, let's go play hangman. All he wants to do is play hangman. So I will say, all right, Ding Ding, let's go to the next slide now. It's so infuriating. You were probably infuriated listening to that, but he thinks it's hilarious. And then that sometimes doubles as useful, because then he'll also want to do the same. So he'll start talking really slow, which is exactly what you wanted in the first place. It helps move the pace down a little bit, and it helps also reinforce who's in charge of the classroom a little bit without directly exercising your authority and saying, no, you were doing a bad job, stop rushing me. You're using something fun to be like, nope, I'm still the teacher here, and they accept that. And finally, these guys are also going to need some backup activities prepared. So I always have a PPT that is filled with emergency time fillers with varying activities for varying students and levels according to different interests and subject matters. And it's really useful if I just need to grab something from my uploaded files on Future Cloud, and that way I'm never stuck if I'm finished like 10 minutes early or 5 minutes early. So just make sure you have a little bit extra.